Welcome to Prestige Mode Gaming.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, especially those particularly interested in video game videos. This is Logan, and I'm going to talk to you about video games through time, the history of video games. As you heard about my hobby yesterday, and this is Wednesday's edition of the Appreciation Week. I'm keeping it up and I'm keeping it strong, everybody. Yeah, as you heard, I'm very fascinated with the history of video games. And as you're watching my search and destroy here, that I get 2 quick deaths, but keep on watching. And I have a quick sabotage right after it, and I'll talk about the third clip after. While you're watching those, I want to talk about my thoughts of video games through history. And, video games started off as this pastime that really time wasn't spent on video games. You used it to entertain you for a bit, but there really wasn't any depth to video games. There was no reason to play it for several hours. There was limited entertainment, limited variety. And as we look at it, video games have really progressed. If you look at video games now, the depth of some of them, like Red Dead Redemption, Metal Gear Solid, any of those games, the absolute entertainment of games like Heavy Rain or Silent Hill, Uncharted, BioShock, any type game like that, the entertainment is so amazing now. It is almost as much as a movie. And that's really what's bringing me to this conversation. Like, video games have become interactive movies, and these movies take sometimes between 8 to 50 hours to complete if you're playing Fallout 3. And it's really been an amazing progression, and I'm super interested in the history of video games, as you've already heard with my hobby, but with my new hobby that I am going to be doing, I'm almost certain. But one of the main things is that lost my train of thought. But anywho, one of the most important things that I find with video games is that they have progressed past the point of just solid entertainment. They actually, they can hold morals, stories, stuff like that. They can hold, lessons that movies have. Sometimes, when I was younger, you watch a movie and you get a chill at the end of the movie. Like, it was just, it taught you something new just in the short period of time that you sat there. And I've noticed that video games now have that ability, and it's been a very short while since this has occurred. So expect much more as we go through the history of video games from here on. To get away from the more me discussing the I noticed that this commentary has got very philosophical, and okay, we should get away from that, because I know it's not the best commentary, but I just wanted to talk about that. Video games, everybody takes for granted what they are, and if you really look at what they are compared to what they used to be, it's amazing. It's really amazing, and everybody should respect that. Should take a step back and just think of how grateful they are that these video games have gotten so great. And I know I'm definitely one of them. I enjoy video games so much that it would be hard to not be able to play them. And as they've grown so much, it's making video gaming a lot easier to justify in my older age. So my next topic, which it relates to the first topic is video games as movies. Now, there have been very, very, very poor video game movies, and a lot of people complain about them because video games can't make good movies. Is what the argument is that video games they take 10 to 50 hours to get a point across and a story across and a full experience, and you can't do that in a 2-hour movie. Making it a good movie, it's impossible. And there have been a few good movies through the in the past little while, and I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to have my list here. Coming in at 5 is Silent Hill. This is based on the Konami game Silent Hill, obviously. And I have to say that it was a pretty good movie. It was made by, I believe, a French director, and it had very limited depth from the story, but it had a general concept, and it went through. It was visually stunning. I think that's the most important part. Next is number 4 is Hitman, the Eidos game. Timothy Olyphant came in and played Agent 47, and he did a fantastic job. I don't think it was obviously him. It was the character that was portrayed in the screenplay that showed a little too much emotion towards the female counterpart, and I don't think Agent 47 would have done that at all. But the quality of the movie was great, the action was great, and it was overall a great movie. So Resident Evil, the Capcom game, the first one in this movie series was actually very great. It showed the story, the zombies, the liquors, all that stuff. It showed all the great stuff from the game, the dogs, even that, and kept the atmosphere. It was very, very well done, I'd say. Coming in at number 2 is Max Payne, the Rockstar game, and this one I'm putting it at number 2 because it was very well done. The story was kind of lame. It was compressed so much that it really wasn't that great. But being a hater of Mark Wahlberg, I believe he did a great job. He actually did a great job being Max Payne, and the movie, it was the atmosphere was great. The story obviously wasn't the greatest, but just the feel of the movie, it felt like it was a Max Payne movie. It was dark. It was it was when you went and saw Sin City and you thought, oh wow, this is just like the comic. Like, it felt like that. Number 1 is Prince of Persia. I went and watched it last night, and if you guys haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin anything. It is, I'd say, one of the first really good video game movies. Notable mentions are Tomb Raider, Doom, and Final Fantasy Spirits Within. For the future, look for Halo, Uncharted, Bioshock, and Heavy Rain, and enjoy this final clip. This is a clip I got during a Bad Fat Panda open lobby, which this is going to be in this commentary contest. Everybody, take it easy. Peace.
Prestige Mode Gaming.